What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and this gonna be the first episode of the Rail Podcast. And I got a special guest today, so we about to get it cracking. But before we do that, drop the intro.
Look, this flow different. Mixed it in my old kitchen. Whipping like I sold chicken. Really cooking, no dissing. I just keep it wavy like that.
This is the first episode of the Rail Podcast. You know, A-Pain, no T-Pain, I ain't buying you no drink, and I got a special guest today. Introduce yourself.
How you doing? My name is Bam. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking a couple, a little subjects, might ruffle some feathers, might not ruffle some feathers, but everybody can learn from these experiences and these real talks and things like that of life. So, hopefully you get something from it. If you don't, maybe you should.
Yeah. And if you don't, we don't care.
Basically.
So, my subject is why people choose the wrong person. And I feel like this in a way because a lot of people have their types. They have their types, whether it's women that want a man with 6 figures, he gotta be tall, he gotta have
Dark and handsome.
yes, or a Lambo. He gotta, like I said, make 6 figures, but then whole time you don't make 6 figures.
Yeah, you really need somebody that's short, fat, and stocky or something like that.
Yeah, like that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay in your own lane. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be what you want to attract.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be looking like Precious. You know what I'm saying? You look like Precious. And then you want a motherfucker, like Morris Chestnut or something to attract to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just ain't gonna work.
It's just not gonna
You
work.
know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Or you got some of these men, you know what I'm saying, they want a woman who look like Beyonce, you know what I'm saying, and then they messing with a girl that sit up here and look like, for instance, the Jaitisha down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense. It don't make sense, bro, and that's why y'all choose the wrong person. Like, y'all really go for types that is not in your league. And at the end of the day, I don't really understand why you try. My thing is, you try to change that person, and you can't. You can't change a person. If a person doesn't want to change, they're not going to change at all.
Facts. Or you can also look at where you met that person at. If you meet that person in a club, how you feel like you're going to change that person from being in the club at that point?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you have other slippery avenues to where you could meet a guy or a woman in church, and that might be a good thing, but sometimes they could give the wrong perception at the same time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy for somebody to put on their Sunday's best on Sunday, but how are they living on Monday?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Then you might get food, and you might, might be supporting somebody and not even know it.
And that's what I feel like in I call it a 90-day period. You know what I'm saying? You get to learn that person. But a lot of y'all sit up here and jump in the bed with this person and thinking like, okay, everything's gonna be a key. Sex is not the key of keeping a person at all.
It's hard for a person to wait 90 days.
You know what it is, I think, brother? It's like patience. Patience is the key to everything. If you would sit there and have patience and study that person, you'll know what you're getting yourself into. I feel like if it's 5 red flags you're looking for. So if in them 5 red flags, then you don't see it, like you see it, but then you choose to ignore it, then you get what's coming to you. Plain and simple.
So what's the 5 red flags?
5 red flags could be anything. 5 red flags could be attitude, lack of communication.
Let's go back to the first one. What if the girl got like attitude, like a sexy attitude though, to where like she don't need no man, you know what I'm saying? She good by herself or whatever like that, and then she just so happen to show interest in you. Are you supposed to attract to that, or are you supposed to use that actually as a red flag and keep it moving?
Well, that could go so many ways, because I feel like if a woman says she doesn't need you, but she wants you here,
that's attractive.
then it's attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be I want you to be not needing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay with being here, but the fact that you tell me I don't need you here, but I want you here, that's gonna keep me around.
Word up. What's number 2?
Number 2 is lack of communication. You know, in which we all fall victim to, because we get comfortable at some points in saying, okay, I don't need to do this, I don't need to tell her this, or I don't need to tell him that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's going to be the key to keeping your relationship without problems.
Word. By the way, Scorpio Nation over here, by the way. But I will say that Scorpios really are not the talkative type.
Really?
But when it comes to the point of what we cool with you, you know what I'm saying, we get to know you, like me and my brother right here, we can talk for days. You know what I'm saying? But from my perspective, I'm not really a talkative person, so I have to sit back and really learn you to really know if I can talk to you or not. But at the same time, you can still use that even with a female. If you see a female that's really, really friendly, you know what I'm saying, and you haven't talked to her, nothing like that, but she all in your face or whatever like that, that could actually be considered a red flag. Because now I'm thinking to myself, well, if you friendly with me, you might be friendly with Joe Blow up the street.
Exactly.
Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got to differentiate between a chick that's like you, a chick that just like everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself if she for the streets. Could be the case.
Could be the case, brother.
Let's go to number 3.
Number 3 would be what I liked to say, no brainer, a no brain. You know, because it's like you got some people that, you know, look the part but don't have the brain to go with it.
Facts.
You know, it's like,
motherfucker look like Einstein, but really dumb as a motherfucker.
exactly, like, bro, like, it's kind of, especially with being grown, you know, it's like, you either have it or you don't. I shouldn't have to teach you or show you things. You know what I'm saying? I understand sometimes we fall and we may need guidance. That's cool. But I shouldn't have to baby you for what's.
Well, a lot of people will say common sense on certain things, but
Right.
the question is nowadays, is really common sense common? You know what I'm saying? Because you have people that say, oh, well, this is common sense. But what is common sense?
Right.
How do you know what common sense is? Is it common sense to you? Or should it be a common sense to me? Who knows?
Exactly. Good.
But that's for you to decide.
That's for you.
What's number 4?
Number 4 would be seeking attention from others.
Well, we're about to get deep on that one.
Oh man, like my thing is, if you're so-called in a relationship and you're still posting naked pictures, posting little half-naked videos,
Yeah,
like,
nipples out and stuff.
exactly,
like bird pics and stuff like that. They ain't work.
at all. It's not gonna work. And my thing is, you come off as you're a good woman, or, you know, men, you know, do little shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, how you expect somebody to take you serious?
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're doing all this while you're single and then you come into the relationship the same way. You can't have that same energy you had when you were single.
But that's the flip side to it. Because just because a dude, you gotta ask yourself, even as a woman, same thing as a man, you gotta ask yourself as a woman, if I'm posting all these pictures, showing my body and all that stuff like that, even if you got a big booty, big whatever, and you have all these guys on your thing like, oh, you so beautiful, you so this and you so that, how do you feel like that man is with you just for you? Or is he with you for what you show him? That's the question you have to ask for yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get mad at a man if whenever y'all do get together or whatever like that, and he keep bringing up, well, I want to do this with you, I want to do that with you sexually. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, you have put that energy already out there. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get mad at him and be like, well, I want to see what's up with that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you would have came to him fully dressed or whatever like that, present yourself, your personality, then he would respect you more. You know what I'm saying? Then whatever happened behind closed doors happened behind closed doors. But
He chasing the cat now.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be flashing and everything like that, then at the end of the day, you don't want to get into the man.
At all.
You can't tease the man. See, that's why I don't go strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I ain't about to just stay all my money at all these women or whatever like that if I ain't getting nothing out of it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's pointless. I'm gonna waste my whole paycheck for nothing.
For nothing.
But back to number, we go to number 5 now.
Number 5. Number 5. And this is the biggest thing for me. Lacking of time. Lacking of time. Now, if you're the type of person that say, oh, you're busy, or you can't do this because you're busy, or oh, we can't go to dinner this week because, oh, I got work and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da. But then you make time for your girlfriend to go to the club and this and that. You know, you'll sit up there and leave your babies with your mama or your grandma.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? To sit up there. You know what I'm saying, to go to the club, but then you got these men who sit up here and say, well, you know, I've been working too many hours, or I sit up here,
My leg hurt.
my leg, my back. That's what it's about, my leg.
But I do feel that though, because by me being a married man, also shout out to my wife, Krista Robinson. By me being a married man is I have to balance my time very strategically. Because yeah, I'm getting after this money, but at the same time, never take for granted the family that God allowed you to have.
Big fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's sometimes it gets sticky because if you got a bill that's due, you might have to sacrifice a little family time in order to make sure the bills get paid.
Exactly.
At the same time, you got the bills up, take that time for your family. You can't always chase that bag. You're not supposed to even chase money anyway, because whatever is for you is for you regardless. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be very careful not to always put something over the other thing. Now, if you single, got no kids, or even if you single and you got kids, whatever like that, you still have to balance that. If you single with no kids, then you can really do whatever you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have no rules or nothing like that. But everybody that have families, have blessings and everything like that, you have a certain standard that you have to fulfill. You know what I'm saying? But to go off of the 05, I gotta add a 6 in there.
Okay, what's the 6?
The 6 is, a lot of people have it, but a lot of people don't necessarily show it all the time. And that is loyalty.
Oh.
Loyalty is very hard to come by nowadays.
Big facts.
Because even from a man's perspective, I used to be a playboy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna be touchy. But the reason why I could say that from a man's perspective of why you would do that, like have basically a side chick or whatever like that, is because the woman that you have doesn't have everything you need in her. So you have to find somebody else that have whatever she doesn't in order to kind of balance out those two things.
And lack of quality,
and the lack of quality. I always ask people this one question, especially men or whatever like that, you know, that ain't settled down or whatever like that. Why do you have 2 women? Or why do you have multiple women? And always the answer is because this person have this that I like, or this person have this that I like, and that person that have that what I like. But I always ask, like, well, what if you find one person that have all that you like? Well, I'll be good. But nowadays, it's hard to find that.
Really,
you know what I'm saying? Because technically, you can call that a soulmate to yourself.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people haven't met their soulmate. I found mine, so I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Now, we talk about your subject.
So what's your subject?
I've been putting some long, hard thought into this. You know what I'm saying? And my subject is, why do you feel like women and some men get plastic surgery?
Oh, damn. Okay, that's tough right there. That's tough. You know what I'm saying? That's very tough. I feel like with some people, what they do is, for one, lack of confidence.
That's a big word.
In themselves. You know, because it's like a lot of people don't have confidence. Yeah. It took me a while to get a lack of more confidence in myself.
Me too.
So, you know, I don't care how you feel about me, or if you like me or you don't like me. I don't care. So, but another thing, people don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the work. If you're, you know, overweight, or you don't like how your body looks, it doesn't take much to sit up here. You're gonna go through pain. You're gonna go through pain.
Yeah, that's the key right there. A lot of people don't want to go through that pain.
Right.
A lot of people would rather just go to the doctor, get it cut off, or do this and do that to where they could just easy go by it. But something you gotta realize is that if you get a surgery and you still not doing any exercise or anything like that, it's not gonna look right.
Yeah. And you're gonna go back to where you was before. Or even worse.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'd rather put in the work in than set up that try to take the easy route.
Another thing, especially in today's time, especially in social media, Instagram, things like that.
Right.
I wouldn't even necessarily always say confidence. It's the fact that you have so many people that's jealous of somebody else. Because they see what, like say Mary got, oh, she got all these dudes that's over her, she driving the Benz and all like that.
Right.
Whereas with me, I'm going to school, trying to do the right thing or whatever, but I ain't got all that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the one that got the upside, but just because she look like a trophy girl or whatever like that, they gonna pick her first because she have the body and stuff like that.
Right.
She basically tricking, if you want to call it that.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you that person that's going to college, you also have to realize that even if she looks like that, you know what I'm saying, it's only for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because especially a man that's looking at her in that fashion, meaning that he just go probably just hit it and keep it moving. And he's gonna find something else that look better than that.
Exactly.
Whereas if you got something going on or whatever like that, that's more of an attractive thing. So like if you got beauty and brains and you good with your money, you know what I'm saying, you grinding, getting your work in.
That's a big plus.
That's a big plus. You know what I'm saying? So even if, you know what I'm saying, it look like she's winning, she's technically not. It's just like the story about the hares and the tortoise. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. It looked like a boy losing, but he was really winning. Because, things went out of hand.
Yeah.
We could bring this up. What is attractive to you as a man looking at a female? Like you see this girl, random girl on the street or whatever like that. Yeah, we can say she pretty or whatever like that. And just say you get to talk to her or whatever like that. What 4 or 5 things are you looking for off top that will tell you if she's your type or not?
1, brains.
Like what kind of brains you talking about?
Not the other type of brain.
Making sure
but just she got a good head on the
PG-13, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because YouTube got their guidelines.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get canceled either.
No, I ain't trying to get demonetized. But she got a good head on her shoulder.
That's better.
Basically. So confidence in herself.
But what if you dealing with a fixer-upper?
Fixer-upper?
How much patience can you have in that fixer-upper? Same thing like if you buy a car from a used car lot, that ain't necessarily the cleanest or whatever like that. How much time and effort are you willing to put in that car to get it to how you like it?
I'm willing to put as much time as it is, long as she makes the effort.
But how much time is too long?
That's a good thing, but I see basically if it's not giving me, you're not putting in the work, then yeah, I got to go. I'm sorry. If you're not putting in the work, like if you just don't drop everything, yeah, they just don't care. I got to go, cause.
Also another thing that kills a lot of relationships is comfortability.
Yeah, that's another thing.
If the same way I met you is the same way I want you to be throughout the whole relationship. Now, I don't mind you growing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's supposed to grow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the same man I was years ago. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be the same lady. Exactly. You're supposed to go higher and progress or whatever like that. But if I feel like you are degressing, then yeah, I'm going to say something. Then hopefully you can respect my mind on it and fix the problem. Likewise with me the same. If you feel like I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Because if not, what's understood could be explained. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like the best conversations are the ones we never have. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't say nothing, how the hell am I supposed to know? You know, that's just me.
Yeah, but we want to know what y'all think. So drop in the comments of how y'all feel what we just talked about today. And like I said, this is just the first episode. So we got more coming up.
Alright.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
even though his name is A-Pain, ain't buying you no drink, if you do leave a subscribe, you know what I'm saying, or a comment or whatever, you might get a little drink out of this. You know what I'm saying? But only you will know.
Yeah. So until the next episode, we out.
Big facts.